Hey guys, so this video we're going to replace these gate hinges with these from HT Home. Yeah, it had a lot of O's in the name. So these are the 6-inch version. Of course, it is the 2-pack, so you get the hinges themselves and you get the hardware. Those are Phillips screws to go along with it. And I am replacing the hinges on this guy right here. And one thing about mine, which you may be in a similar situation, so you can see how the gate portion is sagging down lower than the other handrail, so we're going to be fixing that as we go. And if you're replacing something that's already there, it is definitely much easier to do one hinge at a time so the other one can support the weight and kind of keep you all lined up. As you can see on this side, but we're straight across. So the first thing we're going to do is take out the old hinge. Old hinge is off. Now before we put on the new one, we want to get this guy all lined up how we want it. We're going to go ahead and close the gate, and then I'm going to use one of these construction jacks. This is a DeWalt one, to put underneath there to push us up to get lined up. So when we put our top hinge back on. Now, if you have the same thing, you may have to loosen your bottom one, but we got enough play down there because everything's loosey-goosey around here that we'll be able to put this jack under there. So let me show you. The way this jack works is we're just going to slide it under here, which is easier with two hands or a tripod. Just slide that guy under there like so. Just give it a little squeezy. It'll start lifting. And we just want to get even with the other side. And then we can put our hinge on this one. When we go to put this top hinge on, we want to make sure we're lined up nice and straight there, but also this works perfect, this, what was it, 6-inch one, for my setup, because I have a 2x4 here and then a top plate of a regular deck board, and you can see the match is really good for that. Now down there we don't have that extra board, so we're going to have to get a little creative, but for this, that'll work perfect. We're going to go ahead and throw those screws in. Alright, top one in. That screw didn't like it too much. Did not like it much. We can let down our jack, should stay in place. I kind of figured it would come down just a little bit once you release the jack, but it actually came down more than I had anticipated. So when we do the bottom one, we're going to jack up this side again, and we're going to give it a little extra this time. Bottom hinge is off. You can see the previous owner was having some gate alignment issues as well. He added a bunch of washers to it. Got our jack back in place, got it a little bit higher than before. Hopefully that compensates for any sag that comes down once we let it go. But you can see how big the gap is at the bottom compared to the top. So something here, it ain't right, but we're just trying to put new hinges on. That's all we're trying to do. Now for this section, we got to figure out what we want to go with because we're not trying to create a huge ordeal for ourselves. To make that basically lined up and flush over there, it's going to create a bigger gap here. But that will be more noticeable as it's a sagging gate than just a bigger gap right here, especially once a hinge is in place. This is down on the ground, and no one's going to really notice it too much. Now, if I position it here, we're going to miss these first two screws, but the other two should be plenty to hold on there. Now, the other thing to consider is if I center this on the 2x4, then I'm probably only going to get the two middle screws on the left side holding anything. If I cheat it down, I can get 3 out of the 4, but then we're going to be off-centered over here. I think, again, since it's the bottom hinge, I'd rather off-center it and get 3 screws going in there than just the 2. Let's let our jack down and see where we go. Oh, look at that. We guessed that drop pretty close. Pretty close. So that portion is pretty good. I mean, yeah, we're gappy here, but there's some things we just can't fix. It's like down here, we're going to hit just a little bit. Right there. So we'll get the old sander or something out and then restain that when we're doing the rest. Now the real problem portion is really this over here. To get straightened out, we have quite a bit of gap right there, which doesn't look great. So I think I'm going to put a little piece of 2x4 in here, probably screw it to this board. Just because having a 2x4 right there, filling that gap, will make it look a lot better. And then you won't even notice this portion here. And no, I'm not going to replace that whole 2x4 and cut all them holes again to do that. No, we're not going to do that either. Add a little scab and a little piece. Be just good. So there it is, guys. Some like real world replacing the gate hinges. Not all this, everything fits perfectly and it's brand new stuff. No, this is how you fix older stuff. Or at least attempt to. Without too much effort. There it is. Thanks for watching.